place of physical connection, the data travels through electromagnetic signals or broadcasting from sending facilities to intermediate and end user devices. WiMAX as a facility is going to provide long distance wireless communication between two devices or between two computers. That is WiMAX. The computer virus is a malicious program. It is a computer program which causes the system to operate incorrectly and also corrupts the computer memory. Dear students, welcome to CS classes. I am Ravi Kumar KR, lecturer in Computer Science, Vidhyaashram PU College, Temple of Excellence, Mysuru. Students, let us start our discussion with respect to the chapter networking concepts. And here in this session, we are going to talk about the topics wireless communication and virus. These are the topics to be covered in this session. Now let us see what is wireless communication. Now in our previous session, we know what is a network and what is a wired network. Means there is a direct physical connectivity between the two computers or computer peripherals. Now let us see what is wireless communication. Now wireless communication means a communication without the use of physical connectivity. The meaning is, so there is no direct physical connectivity between two computer devices or two computer peripherals. Now they may involve two cell phones. The examples can be cell phones. Now you can see the diagram here. This is the communication between two mobile systems or cell phones or laptop or satellite communication. And computing devices are not continuously connected to the base station. So what is the meaning of this? So here we need not to be connected to the base station as we have seen in wireless communication. So there are two concepts. One is transmitter and receiver, and one is base station. So base station is the one where it receives the signals from the different communication media like satellite communication. So here the communicating devices, just like mobile devices, is not necessarily to be continuously connected to the base station. So that is wireless communication. Now it is the transmission of voice and data without cable or wires. Now that's the definition of wireless communication. So there is no direct physical connectivity between two computers or computer devices or computer peripherals. So then how do they communicate? So here in the place of physical connection, the data travels through electromagnetic signals or broadcasting from sending facilities to intermediate and end user devices. So here the communication takes place through electromagnetic signals with different technologies. So this is the definition of wireless communication, and very good example nowadays is communication between two mobiles, say, or two mobile devices. That is a very good example. And also we can see wireless keyboard and wireless mouse. All these are communication that take place with different computer technologies. So this is wireless communication. Now let us see what are the features of it. Here the transmitted distance can be anywhere between a few meters, and a television, very good example is also a television remote control, and thousands of kilometers radio communication. And the wireless communication, the distance doesn't matter here. It may be a small distance between two devices, or it may be even the distance is too large. That can be possible in wireless communication, and very good example is remote control of your TV or any other devices. So here the distance between the remote control and the device is minimum. And if we talk about another example also is that the distance can be in terms of kilometers. And next point is the communication can be used for cellular telephone, wireless access to the internet, and wireless home networking, and so on. These are the examples for wireless communication. And other example of applications of radio wireless technology include GPS units, garage door openers, wireless computer mice, nothing but mouse, wireless keyboards, and so on. All these are different examples for wireless communication and different computer peripherals or computer devices for wireless communication. Now let us see in the next slide. Next one is Wi-Fi. What is Wi-Fi? The Wi-Fi stands for wireless fidelity. So it is a network that connects your wireless devices to each other and to the internet. So Wi-Fi or wireless fidelity, it is an example for, or it is nothing but it's going to connect your wireless device to the other wireless device through internet. So this is Wi-Fi, and it is created through a router or gateway regardless of your internet connection. So it is possible through gateway or even through router system. In other words, you can create a Wi-Fi network from wireless DSL, cable or fiber internet connection. So this is, it is possible to have Wi-Fi connectivity through this, and also it is possible to from a satellite internet connection or fixed wireless connection. See, these are different examples for Wi-Fi or wireless fidelity. It is a wireless communication medium. Now in the next slide, the wireless or Wi-Fi, it helps to connect internet without direct line off from the computer to the ISP. So here what is ISP is Internet Service Provider. They are the one, they are going to provide internet service to the clients or to the customers. So here and here Wi-Fi, it is also possible to have connectivity without direct connectivity from your computer to the ISP, and it uses radio signals. And this is another by using radio signal, so it's going to work with this Wi-Fi network. And if you want to have wireless Wi-Fi, we need to have broadband and internet connection, wireless router, or laptop or desktop, or this is a computer devices with wireless internet card. See, these are the minimum requirement to have Wi-Fi connectivity, wireless connectivity with the computer system or computer peripherals. Next one is, next we talk about hotspot. What is Wi-Fi hotspot? A hotspot is a venue or a place or a source or a location that offers Wi-Fi access. So what is hotspot? You might have used, familiar with the word hotspot. So Wi-Fi hotspot, wireless communication hotspot, and it is nothing but a one place. It is a place or a location where the client or the customer can access the wireless communication. That is nothing but your hotspot. And here it can be a public can access internet on their laptops, mobile phone through Wi-Fi hotspot. Hotspot are public locations, as I told you in the first point. Locations such as libraries, hotels, airports, and where internet access is either free or fee-based. So here hotspot, it provides internet access and it will be installed, or it is a location or a place where anyone can access the internet by with it is maybe for free of cost or with the minimal fees. So this is Wi-Fi hotspot. And next one is WiMAX. What is WiMAX? WiMAX is worldwide interoperability for microwave access. So one of the telecommunication technology what we use is microwave technology. So here in microwave system we can make use of WiMAX. So it is worldwide interoperability microwave access, and is a telecommunication technology aimed at providing wireless data over long distance in a variety of ways. It is, if I say variety of ways, it is from point to point links to full mobile cellular type access. So what is the WiMAX here? It is a technology work with the microwave access, or we use with microwave access. And here what is the aim of that is going to provide wireless data over long distance communication. So it is going to WiMAX as a facility is going to provide a long distance wireless communication between two devices or between to computers, that is WiMAX. Now, it is a wireless digital communication system. WiMAX is a digital communication system and it provides a broadband wireless access up to 30 miles. See, look at the distance of this. So, it's going to provide a wireless communication up to a distance of around 50 kilometers. Now, it requires a tower called WiMAX base station similar to cell phone tower. This is the hardware requirement for WiMAX connectivity, and it does not depend on cables to connect each endpoint, and the internet connectivity to an end user is provided through microwave link between the tower and the user endpoint. It is known as WiMAX subscriber unit. It is similar to our cell phone or cellular network. How we are going to work with the mobile. So it is another technology, WiMAX. It doesn't depend on the cables and it depends on the microwave access. That is the technology. So it's going to provide wireless communication for long distance, approximately around 50 kilometers between two network devices. This is WiMAX. Now let us talk about the next concept. Our next topic is virus. Now you know what is a virus. All of you are familiar with the virus. So what is a virus? It is nothing but a computer program. And we know and we have come across so many examples or so many effects of viruses in our day-to-day life with our computer system. So let us see the definition of virus. So what is a virus? The computer virus is a malicious program. It is a computer program which causes the system to operate incorrectly and also corrupts the computer memory. So what is the definition of virus? Virus is nothing but it is one of the application program, and it is a program which is going to causes the damage to your computer system, or it is responsible for malfunctioning of computer system. So it is going to affect the computer hardware, software as well as computer memory. Now there are different types of viruses. So one is file infectors. These are types of viruses either infect the executable file or attach themselves to the program file and create duplicate file. So what is the file infectors? It's a type of viruses is going to infect executable for the .exe files. Is going to damage or is going to corrupt exe files, and along with that it's going to attach themselves to a program and it replicates itself or is going to duplicate the file of a particular system. So this is file infectors. Is going to damage or affect the exe files and also duplicate the files. Another type of virus is boot sector viruses. So install themselves on the beginning tracks of the hard drive, because of which the operating system do not load properly. Now, you know what is a boot sector? A boot sector is a program, and it has so many instructions written, or it has so many instructions for booting the system properly. So boot sector virus is a type of virus, and it will be installed themselves on the beginning track of hard drive, or it is going to affect the boot sector of the hard drive. So because of that, the computer or operating system OS do not load properly. So this is boot sector virus is going to affect the boot sector of hard disk. Next one is macro viruses, and this infect data files like electronic spreadsheet or database file. So what are macro viruses? And here these are the files going to affect our spreadsheet, nothing but MS Excel software or any files of MS Excel or database files is going to affect those type of files. They are called as macro viruses. Next one is network viruses, and this virus use computer network to spread themselves on the network. They use email or file transfer to spread themselves on the network. Now you know what is a network. In a network, all computers are connected. So, and this is a type of virus, it will be spread through a computer network. So in a computer network, if any file in the form of email or in the form of attachment, if it is sent from one computer to another computer, so the chances of spreading these type of viruses, once the virus has been entered the network, so the chances of damaging all the softwares or hardware resources in the computer network. This is a network viruses. Next concept is virus prevention. Now, how virus can be prevented within computer system or in a computer network? So here, first one is never use a foreign disk or CD without scanning it for virus. So this is the first precaution. So normally we use a foreign disk, nothing but a CD or DVD, or take example even we use a USB drive. So before using any of the foreign disk or any of the outside devices, we have to scan the same disk for viruses. That is the first precaution. I mean, scan any devices, hardware devices for virus before using it. Next one is always scan files downloaded from the internet or other resources. So once any file which has been downloaded from the internet or any file which has been copied from other hardware to a computer system, so first before opening it has to be scanned for viruses. Next one is use licensed software. So the important point is that it is always advisable to use legal software or licensed software. So here licensed software, it provides extra security with different types of viruses. In the next slide, another precaution is password protect your PC. So it is better to use password to your computer system to protect to protect your system with other users. So to avoid the system to be used by others, it is better to have a computer or your PC with the password. Next one is install and use antivirus software. So it is a very good precaution. So better to use is a licensed version of antivirus software. Is going to protect your computer with different types of malware or viruses. Now keep antivirus software up to date. Yes, and once any antivirus software which has been installed, it is a good habit, or we have to keep updating the software for any additional security to our system. Next one is do not boot your PC from virus affected devices like CD, DVD, or floppy or USB. So normally if you want to boot a computer system, suppose if you want to boot with other devices like CD, DVD, etc., in that we should not boot it from the devices where it has been affected with the viruses. So this is another precaution. Next one is write protect your disk. So what is write protect your disk or floppy disk? So it is better to have a write protection permission to read and write any information from a disk or from the devices. This is write protect your disk. Now let us see what are all the characteristics of a computer virus. Now it is able to replicate. One of the characteristics of a virus is going to replicate by itself. So it's going to replicate by themselves. So that is one of the characteristics of virus. Second one is it requires a host program as a carrier. So here a few types of viruses, it requires one program to host, to start with or to start malfunctioning. So that is it requires one program as a carrier. Now it is activated by external action. Now how the virus is going to be active? See here, suppose if you receive any email from outsiders, and suppose if the particular attachment has any virus, so if you just download it, it may not have any effect. But once if you have downloaded the file, if you open the file, that is a type of action. If you open that particular file, then chances of the particular virus will be activated. So that is the meaning of activated by external action. So by copying, by reading or writing data, all these are different types of action. So different types of viruses are activated by different types of operation. Its replication ability is limited to the system. So the capacity of replication is depends on the computer system. See, these are all the characteristics of virus. Next one is, what are the symptoms of viruses? Say they are, the system do not boot properly. When you boot the computer system, suppose it may not boot properly, so this could be the reason. The system becomes slow. Another symptom is the system becomes slow. The files are corrupted and the content of the file becomes unreadable. So you might have come across some examples like this. When you open any file, so some files or maybe the file which are affected with the viruses. So you may, some data may be missing in that particular file, or you may see that there are some junk characters or unreadable characters in the file. So that is also one of the symptoms of viruses. Lack of storage space. So even though sometimes your computer system will be having enough memory for storage, so sometimes you may get a message saying that your memory is full because of virus. Unexpected ads on the screen. So this is another symptoms of viruses. Now, some of the antivirus software, as we have told that if you want to prevent our system for any other damage, or the precaution is to install a licensed version of antivirus software. Some of the antivirus softwares are Kaspersky, Quick Heal, K7, Norton 360, AVG. All these are different types of antivirus system. Is going to protect your some computer system, hardware as well as software with different types of viruses. Next concept is network security. Now here, what is the definition of this? It is a method of protecting the computer network from unauthorized access, modification and damage. So next concept, network security. Now how do we provide security to our network system or computer networks? So it is, one can protect the computer network by unauthorized access or modification or damage. So suppose any of the outsiders, if we enter into a computer network and if we try to damage your hardware as well as software resources of a computer network, and how do we avoid it? So this can be avoided by using a security mechanisms like authorization, authentication, encrypted, smart card and biometric systems or firewalls. And all these are different technology or mechanism we are using in a network to protect our network from different types of threats. So here, what is authorization? Authorization is every user must have a username, that is authorization, and authentication, nothing but your password. So username and password is a type of protection to your network. So here, username and password. When you enter the password to a particular username and that particular password, it has to be authenticated at the particular server of your system. Once everything is fine, then you can proceed further. That is how this authentication works. It is just like normally what we use in our system, username and password. It is authorization and authentication mechanism. And encrypted smart card. And encryption means, you know what encryption. And here encryption means we are converting data into a different special character so that to avoid others or outsiders to see the data. It is just like your password. Password can be encrypted. That is one of the mechanism. And biometric system. You know what is a biometric system? So with the help of your thumb impression or your face detection, one can get into a system. That is another type of biometric system. And firewall. What is a firewall? What you have learned in our previous session about networking. So firewall is a system. It will be installed in a computer network, and the responsibility of it is it used to protect the outside entry into our computer system. Anyone who is to try to enter into our system, it has to go through a firewall. So it checks for all the validity of the particular user or particular email or a particular message. That is the purpose of firewall. So these are all different technology or mechanism in a computer network to be used to protect our computer network. Next one is, what is authorization? As I told you just now, it is a method of checking whether a person is granted access to use the system or not. So this is done by using login ID and login password. Authentication, it checks whether the service is accessed by the valid person or not. This is implemented by asking the correct password. As I have told you in the previous slide, so one is username or login ID and password. Biometric system, it is a method of using a fingerprint or thumb impression or retina, or you can voice scan and you check the identity of the user. So these are the different mechanisms of protecting the network from outside users. Firewall, it is designed to prevent unauthorized access to the system from outside users. It blocks the content that does not match the security criteria. So every network will be having its own criteria or security system. So anyone who is entering into a particular network, it has to clear or has to satisfy these criteria. Then only the particular person or with the ID or email or a message, it gets entered into the particular computer network. Now, encrypted smart card, it is the handheld smart card that generates the token recognized by the computer. See, this is another type of protection from the outside users within the network system. Next definition is hackers and crackers. So we are familiar nowadays, we are talking about hackers and crackers. Now let us see what the difference between these two. Now let us see what are hackers. Hackers are a person who is interested in learning many operating systems. They are programmers. Generally, hackers are nothing but a computer program, and they will be well versed with the different hardware as well as programming technology or programming language. They discover the security holes. They never intentionally damage data. So these are the programmer, and this is accidentally they will get into the get into the network, or outsiders they will get into the other networks, and they will not intentionally damage any data of the computer network. And hackers actions can be either ethical or illegal. And these are the hackers. Hackers are nothing but a person, or they are nothing, they are a good programmer, are having a good knowledge of computer hardware as well as programming concept. So they will enter into your network unintentionally or by accidentally, and they will not damage any of your hardware or software resources. And sometimes some hackers, it can be ethical or it is called as illegal. So if what the meaning of ethical here, and they are getting into your network, they are getting into your network with the permission from the concerned authority. So then they will, once if they get into your system with the permission, they are called as legal ethical hackers. And what are illegal hackers are, they are getting into your system without any prior permission from the concerned department or concerned person. That is the meaning of illegal hackers. Next, see what are crackers. And here, crackers are, they gain unauthorized access to the system, destroy vital data, convert data into unreadable format. See, crackers are the one, they are also a programmer, or they will be having a good knowledge of hardware as well as software system, and they will unauthorized without any permission, they will get into your network or your system, and intentionally they will destroy all your data, maybe hardware or software data. They are called crackers. And here look at the difference between hackers. These hackers, they will get into your network with your permission or by accidentally, but they will not damage any of the data. But crackers, they will do it. They are dangerous people with dangerous intention. And here, these hackers, their intention is not to damage any data. By accidentally, they will get into it. But the crackers, they will enter into a network. Their intention is very clear to dangerous, or they are going to damage your data. Next one is crackers are illegal. So crackers are illegal because they will get into your network without any prior permission from the concerned department or concerned person. So they are called crackers. So these are hackers and crackers. Dear students, so far we have discussed about what is the wireless communication, technologies and network, and also about viruses. So let us continue my discussion in my next session. Thank you so much.